Have you ever been in that place where you thought there's no way God can ever forgive me for this? Like the weight of your choices sits heavy on your chest and the shame whispers, "You're too far gone. God's done with me now." I have been there, and maybe you've been there too or are there right now. But let me show you something in scripture that destroys that lie completely. We're going back to the Old Testament to meet a man named King Manasseh. And listen, this guy was no small-time sinner. He was a walking disaster. In fact, the Bible calls him one of the worst kings Israel ever had. He wasn't just dabbling in sin. He was living in open rebellion. He built temples for idols. He bowed to false gods and led an entire nation into darkness. He promoted sin like it was a trend. And it gets worse. Manasseh sacrifices his own son to a false god. Now that's not just rebellion. That's evil at its darkest. God warned him over and over through his prophets, but Manasseh's heart was too hard. He refused to listen. So God allowed him to be taken captive by the Assyrians. They put a hook through his nose and dragged him away in chains. Stripped of his throne, his freedom, his dignity, he hit rock bottom. Now, if you were writing this story, wouldn't you end it here? Wouldn't you say, there's no way back from this one? But God's mercy flips the script. In that prison cell, Manasseh finally broke. He humbled himself. He cried out to God, not with excuses, not with pride, but with a heart that was shattered and real. And this is where something hit me. The Bible doesn't say that Manasseh prayed some polished prayer or even directly asked for forgiveness. He simply admitted his sin. He laid down his pride. He came to God empty, and that was enough. Psalms 51:17 says, "The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O God, you will not despise." God wasn't waiting for him to perform or say the perfect words. He was waiting for his heart. And the moment Manasseh truly humbled himself, mercy flooded in. God forgave him. God restored him. And God brought him back home to Judah. The same man who was once an idol worshiper and a child sacrificer, God gave him a second chance. And why? Because God's grace isn't based on what you've done. It's based on who he is, and his mercy has no limits. Manasseh's story proves there is no too far gone for God. And maybe you're listening right now thinking, you don't know what I've done. And you're right, I don't. But I know this for sure. If God could forgive that man, he can forgive you. No sin is too heavy. No shame is too deep. You don't need the perfect prayer. You just need a heart that's real and ready to come home. Stop running. Stop believing the lie that God is done with you. Grace is greater than your past, and the same God who restored Manasseh is ready to restore you. That's how I know without a doubt God forgives.